Okay, today I'm going to show you how to get started with Autodesk Inventor Pro 2015. I'm going to show you how to start a new part file, how to save it to your Google Drive, and how to draw just a real simple object in Autodesk Inventor. So we're going to go ahead and open up the program with a double click on the icon. And as soon as it opens there, you'll notice then we have some choices for us. We could go to these icons and select new part file here, a new assembly file, or a new drawing file here. We're going to be working with part files at the beginning of our instruction, so we're going to go ahead and choose to create a new part file, but we're going to go over here to the top menu and select New. And we can see there that we have some choices of templates to use. We're going to leave the English template selected because we want standard English units of inches and fractions of an inch. And you can also see that our standard inch IPT or .IPT part file is already selected for us, and we're going to leave that highlighted. So we're just going to go down here and click on Create New File. The new file will load up for us, and then what we're going to do is we're going to need to go ahead and save that right away to make sure that our part file is stored in Google Drive. And we're going to go up to the iPro menu to top left corner of your screen and select that, and then select Save As. And then we want to make sure that we're in Google Drive, so we can click on the drop down arrow here in the Save As dialog box. And yes, I can click on Google Drive, and then I want to save that in my folder called Banks Inventor Files. You should save a similar folder in your Google Drive with your last name and then the extension Inventor Files. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up. And I'm going to go ahead and save this part as my last name, space, and it is a cube. I'm going to name it cube, space, and then my period number, which is going to be 2. And I'm going to click Save. And now it's going to save it. Each time I hit save, it's going to save it to my Google Drive in my Banks Inventor Part Files folder. To get started with a part, I'm going to need a drawing grid or a surface area to draw in. So to do that, you're going to have to click on Start 2D Sketch. You can see our XY coordinate system comes up with different planes. We have the XY plane here, we have the YZ plane, and then we have the XZ plane. It doesn't really matter which of these planes you start your drawing on, but for this case I'm just going to start with the XY plane. Click on that. You'll see that I have the XY coordinate lines here with a yellow dot in the center, which is the origin. And I'm going to go ahead and start my drawing from that point. As I said, we're just going to draw a simple cube. And to show you how to do that, we're going to go ahead and select the tool that would best fit that, which would be the rectangle tool. Select rectangle, 2-point rectangle. I'm going to go ahead and start at the origin by lining up my cursor at the origin. Click and drag off to the top right. And you can see that my horizontal dimension is already highlighted in blue. I can go ahead and type in that dimension. I just want it to be 3 inches. And hit Tab to change it to my other dimension, which is my vertical dimension. It's highlighted in blue, so I can also change that to a 3 by typing a 3. And then hit Enter, and it has changed my overall rectangular square to a 3-inch by 3-inch square. I can use my mouse and my scroll wheel then to recenter the object that I've just drawn. I've drawn a simple square that's 3 inches by 3 inches. You can see these marks that we'll talk about later, but these are just marks that tell us that each one of the sides of the square are 3 inches by 3 inches, and those lines are parallel with one another. In order to create some depth to this square, I'm going to have to go ahead and finish the sketch. So I'm going to click on the green check mark in the top right corner. And by finishing the sketch and then recentering, I want to create some depth to this object or create a 3-dimensional effect to the object. So I'm going to go ahead and right-click in the center of the object, and I'm going to choose to extrude. Extrude means to either push or pull the object or create depth to the object in either of one or two directions. This direction has pulled the object out towards me. I could also select for the object to go the opposite direction or symmetrical on both sides. I'm going to go ahead and choose it to come out to direction 1, which is out towards me. You can see there that the direction has come out 1 inch. We've created 1 inch of depth to our 3 by 3 square, and I want to make that also 3 inches. So since it's already highlighted in blue, I can just type the number 3. And I can either check the green check mark or hit enter. Now, since the cube is not directly centered in my screen, there's a couple ways that I can do that. I can push on my mouse wheel, hold and drag it anywhere I'd like. I can also orient the object with my view cube in the upper right hand corner here. I can click on anywhere on the view cube, click and hold. I can tilt the object. I can rotate it to any of the sides, or I can go back home and reposition it to where it once was before. Before I finish my part, I want to go ahead and save this, make sure that it's saved in my Google Drive folder, Banks Inventor files. I'm going to the iPro and just hit save, and it should be securely saved so that I can open up again to either work on it further, or I could submit it if this was the end of my assignment. Okay, thanks for watching, and we'll check out how to add some objects in our next video.